Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, The Xanadu Chronicles. My name is Frank and today's video is all about updates. Now, if you've been watching our videos, you'll know that we did a full renovation of our house and our home is pretty much fully decorated the way we wanted. But there were a couple spaces that did not have everything that we needed because we hadn't found them yet. And so I'm going to give you updates on those spaces because we did find what we needed, basically this space, our master bedroom. And then we have a couple updates outside that I want to show you. My husband, who had been working on our shed here, has completed it, so I want to walk you out there and show you that and show you the inside because I will be working to clear out our garage and reorganize a lot of the items for my future Etsy shop or online shop in our storage shed. And then I want to show you a couple design and decor pieces that we've added to our outside lanai and pool area, so that you can see that. And then I'm going to also give you a little update on a new project that I'm working on for my mom at her place. So let's get started here. I'm going to get behind the camera so I can show you what we added to this room. If you've been watching the videos, you probably have noticed it, but I will do that. And just to give you guys a little bit of a backstory for those of you who are new to the channel, when you're looking at our space, I want you to think of what we were aiming for design-wise. Now, I've coined our design style as modern British colonial, and what that basically is if you think of the British aesthetic, which is, you know, they have a lot of antiques, they've got comfortable pieces, they've got a lot of pattern and color and texture, a little bit of quirkiness in there. That is what I consider the British aesthetic. And now that we are down here in Florida, in the tropics, that modern British colonial aesthetic amps it up a little bit and adds a lot of tropical influences and flair. So we've amped up the colors, we've got a lot of brighter colors, a lot of nature-inspired items, again, still a lot of collections, and things that point to the tropics and the islands. So if you can think about all of that when you're looking at our space, then I think you'll get where we're going. But I highly encourage that you watch some of our earlier videos, and I will put a link at the end for our reveal so that you can walk through our space and kind of get a better sense of the whole design style. So let me get behind the camera, let me show you what I added into this room, our master bedroom, and then we'll go outside. Okay folks, so here we are in my master bedroom, and one of the first things I want to show you is that that little piece of art there that we've added to this console vignette that we have that is right beside the door for our master bathroom. That is a new piece, and as you can see when I get closer, I did a haul video showing this piece, but I wanted to show you as part of this design scheme here. It's a sailboat painting. There's a little flash of our lanai, and again, we have sea-inspired artwork on our wall, so that addition adds another beautiful piece into the room. But here are the things that we added in this space, and let me just kind of back up a little bit for those of you who are new to the channel. As you can see, yes, we do have two twin beds. We, Ricky Ricardo and Lucille balled it in our bedroom here because, as you know, many years we've had in our past home a queen-size bed, and as we've gotten older we found that these twin adjustable beds work better. We get better sleep, we can do what we want in terms of adjustment, and it just works out overall better for us. So I highly recommend considering that if you've not considered it. But as you can see, I'm focusing in here on the vignette of these three items. The decor of the room is right now blues and purples, even though our rug is a bright orange, which I love as well. But the primary color, I think, in the room are the blues and the watery colors. But as you can see, again, decor-wise, we have a very symmetrical design style. And so both sides have this trio of items. And originally, in our original walkthrough, we only had our swivel lamps there, our reading lamps, and the marble column. But as of the last recent weeks, we were lucky enough to find the side tables, which are Korean, and they are storage boxes that actually lift up and allow for extra storage inside. But the reason why we chose this piece, and it took us a long time to find them, is because we needed something that was going to be relatively small. And as you can see, dimensionally speaking, it is. And it works perfectly in our space. And because we didn't have the restraint or constraint, excuse me, of needing a lamp on the surface, having that storage works great for us, because now we have a lay down surface for whatever. Jim uses his for his laptop, and I use mine for magazines and my drinks. But Jim has some exercise equipment and such inside of his. But it took us a long time to find the right piece, and something that was, again, the right dimensions, the right scale. It had to work nicely with the bed. If it was too skinny and too dainty, the bed would have overpowered it along with the items behind it. If it wasn't sturdy enough, it would have felt flimsy and looked flimsy. I mean, there were a lot of options out there, but I was looking for something that was going to allow us extra storage, but it needed to be the right size. And actually, these boxes, these storage boxes, actually lift off this base. So that's a nice little feature. It makes it easy to move around if we need to move it around, but it's pretty much living there. And as I said, the marble column was pretty much empty. It's a beautiful piece alone, but I knew I wanted to have something on there. And, you know, a plant was high on the list as a possible option, as well as statuary or some sort of, you know, vase or art piece. But, you know, there are things to consider, like safety. You know, not that we would swing our arms wildly and accidentally knock it over, but you never know. So finding just the right piece in terms of the pot that we put on top, and let me get a little close up so you can see that the base is pretty much the same diameter as the top of that column, which makes for a much safer and stable, you know, piece there. And then of course the plant, if you look at that, you can see we were able to find the right plant, because we of course didn't want anything that was going to be you know, too drapey, that might get caught or accidentally, you know, pulled on by the pups. We didn't want to get something that was going to be too tall or too big that would run into the wall and into the curtains and look smushed. So finding the right plant that can deal with the lighting situation in this room, and even though we get a lot of light, it's a very filtered light because we have a cover, a rooftop on our lanai, and I'll show you there, see? So that diminishes the light quality in here in terms of, you know, having a plant in here that needed a lot of light. So this filtered light works out great. Again, it's pink and green, so how much more tropical can you get than that? It's really quite pretty and looks great in this vignette. And what I want you to notice, what I always try to think about is, you know, you want your eye to move. And so the height differential, you know, the height of the plant going down to the lamp, which is kind of pretty even with the headboard there, and then going down to the side table, it's, you know, it creates a beautiful vignette, something that flows. You know, your eye goes from the top of the curtain down, and then it goes back up to the top of, you know, our taxidermy, and it bridges over with the secretary. So things like that that allow a person's eye to move across the room and then onto the paintings and back down to see everything is what you are striving for when creating a design, a successful design in a space. And yes, you know, most people wouldn't think about kind of layering things, items forward like that. Typically what you see is a side table and then a lamp on it and then maybe some artwork above it or whatever. But again, I'm trying to push the envelope in terms of how I'm styling things out for our space, because I want it to have a very layered and accumulated look. I don't want it to look like we just did it in one day. And then, of course, our campaign chairs here, or X-base chairs that we put in the front that are vintage. But that is the room. I don't want to back into too far into my bathroom door, but I want you to get a sense of the space so that you can see how we designed it. And that is a door to our master closet. There's the door out into the hallway, into the main space of the house. And then there's our master bathroom door. And those are pocket doors, the master closet, master bathroom. And again, our console vignette. Now I'm going to step outside. I hope you like that. And I'll try to provide some still shots so you can see that. But I'm going to try to walk here and not run into the door. I'm opening the Lanai here. And it is August here in Florida, so it is very warm and steamy. So I'm going to just show you a couple things out here. As you'll notice, our furniture is covered, and the reason for that is simply because it's summertime. The sun is strong, and we get thunderstorms typically in the afternoon, so we want to keep it protected. And you know, we're not using the outside space as much as we are, say, in the fall and winter when the weather starts to cool down a little bit more. But let me just show you some of the additions. And basically, actually, it's these potted plants. We've got 2 pots there that we put it on the ends of our pool, the 2 white ones, which will have plantings in them eventually. But again, we're trying to source and find the exact thing that will work best in this space and add to the landscaping. So that plant that I just showed you in the terracotta pot is called a false bird of paradise. And we have another one here. And we added them because they've got beautiful color and they add a little shielding. And there's another one here in our Lanai. So, and that kind of shields our not so beautiful pump for the pool, all that pumping stuff. So here's where we are with the yard. For those of you who've watched some of our prior videos, we had a huge palm here, areca palm, but unfortunately, even though it looks like it's growing back, unfortunately it's got a, I don't know what you call it, like a parasitic fungus or something that eventually is going to end up killing the plant completely. So it was really, really tall. I mean, it went all the way up to the power lines here, but we had to cut it down because we didn't want to risk it rotting on us and falling on onto our neighbor's yard or onto the power lines and stuff. But that's going to be coming out, and we're going to be replacing that with what I hope to be an amazing plant. And I'm not going to tell you what it is now, but I will show it to you when we find out or put it in. But it will give me that jungly look that I'm looking for. And right now I'm scanning on this croton, which, although it's a beautiful plant, this will be coming out too, because we have plans for this area as well. And we've been fighting a disease on this poor thing. Even though it looks pretty darn healthy, we've been fighting it and it seems to be coming back. But we'll see what happens. But that is going to definitely come out. But here's what I wanted to show you out here. This is the biggest project update. My handy husband just finished this beautiful storage shed for me, and I'm gonna walk inside. Let me see here if I can grab this. Open the door, which is a little tight there, but that's okay. So let me show you what he did for me. Look at all that amazing storage. So this space is going to work triple function. On this end, as you can see, my husband has put in an area for, I just turned on the lights there so you guys see better, an area for the garden items that he uses, because he maintains the outside. I maintain the inside, my husband does the outside. So these are all his primary tools that he uses. And then, like I said, the shelving that he built from floor to ceiling. And as you can see, they're about 12 inches deep, except for the bottom shelf on this side. And we did that on purpose. It's about 24 inches because I have bins with my comic books that I've been collecting for years and years and years, too deep. So we measured that, and he built the shelf so that it would house those for now until I can work through them and ultimately sell a lot of them. So if I've got comic book fans out there, reach out to me, and you know, we can talk about some things to sell. But otherwise, you can see he built me a lot of storage, and this is going to be filled with my inventory of decor items that, like I said, I will be selling eventually online. But right now everything's housed in our garage, and it is tight in there, and I need to release some of that pressure in there so that he can have his workspace in there as well, and we can park the cars. And on this side is pool maintenance stuff. So he's got a few of his items here. We keep a lot of it outside, but some of the items here, he put in a fan so that it's actually very comfortable in here. So we've got some pool items here, some floats, and some exercise in a pool vacuum that cleans the bottom of the pool. But this will be completely reorganized, and I'm going to do a whole video on that for you guys, so you can see what I do and enjoy that as well, and see how I like to organize things. But let me turn off the lights here. Oops, I forgot at the end, but that's okay. So I'm going to go back inside, and what we're going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the update. Oh, there's my baby girl, one of my baby girls. Hi, Ginger Snap, my son baby. But I'm going to go inside, and we're going to go talk about what I'm planning to do for my mother's home. So that is the next big project on my agenda other than the shed. But let me just give you one more scan of this beautiful area back here. Lovely pool that my husband just cleaned, crystal clear. And let's head inside. Hello everyone, so I'm back inside and I'm in my library. I hope you enjoyed that quick outdoor tour. There will be a lot more stuff going on out there, so as we're updating things and changing things, I will keep you informed. But I hadn't done something like that in a while, so I wanted to let you see what we were doing, what we've added. The storage space is the big thing, and so I will be doing a whole video on that project. But before I go on to tell you about what I'm going to be working on here in the next couple of weeks, I wanted to give a big shout out to my husband, because what you couldn't see out there, because it's really actually very bright, is that that Lanai is spotless. He cleaned it from top to bottom, washed all the walls, the floors, all the surfaces, all the furnishings out there. So I wanted to give him a shout out because he did an amazing job, but I just really couldn't show you because it's too bright. But to let you know, this time of year, it's August, it's the storm season. It can get pretty messy out there just because of what the wind blows in. We get, rain pretty much every other day, if not every day, down here during the height of storm season. And so it can get kind of messy back there. And we have several frogs that live on the property and in the nooks and crannies that like to make a mess. You'd be surprised how much crap frogs can leave behind. And they're definitely getting their fiber. So whatever they're eating, they're letting us know that they're doing well. So he cleaned all that up for me and made it look beautiful out there, so that I can film today and not be completely mortified by what was left behind. So let's go on to the next project, because that is going to be, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, a video for you guys. And I'm going to be doing that at my mother's home. Now, I did a video prior where we picked mangoes at her house, because she's got a veritable grove of mangoes. So if you're interested, take a look at that video. I think it'll be very interesting for you. But this time I'm doing something inside her home. My mom's living situation has changed over the last several years, and so I want to redo her master bedroom. And basically I'm going to be working my way through the house and redoing the whole house. I want to make the upkeep of this space as easy for her as possible. But I do also want to up the ante in terms of the aesthetics. So it's time to give her a beautiful space, the space of her dreams, but on a budget, because she is, on a budget. And so I have to keep that in mind. So it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I will list out everything for you in terms of what we actually spent, so you can see what you can do, and hopefully produce a video for you showing you the before and after of this space, and something, it turns out to be something that you like. Ultimately, it's for her, so I want it to be something that she loves. But I hope you like it too. So keep your eyes out for that video, and that's it for now. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next Saturday. Talk to you then. If you haven't seen our previous videos, click on the links and watch away. Please share, like, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel. We'll do our best to keep you entertained and coming back for more. Bye for now.